Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Back again. We
Ma'am,
are
I have sent my work.
here as well, right?
Ma'am, I have sent my work.
7B.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Prakhar, why did not you join the English comprehension class? Why?
Ma'am, I was facing network issue.
अच्छा, बताओगे ना network issue.
And suddenly in this class they
Just
disappeared.
look at them. This network issue just got sorted, and that too in time. Wow, great.
Good
I
afternoon,
think
ma'am.
network is having some issue with English comprehension.
Why you have been forgiven, Prakhar. Okay,
Good morning, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. Right.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, children, there were 16 children present in the previous class, right?
I don't know. I didn't saw.
Ma'am, 23 were there.
Prakhar, you were not there. I'm talking about the comprehension class.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I was talking about the yesterday's class.
Okay, fine. Yes,
Ma'am, there were more than 19.
in comprehension.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine.
Ma'am, there were 18.
So you guys decided.
18 or 19, somewhat like that.
Okay, so I think if there were 19, then I'll be 19 participants. There'll be 18. Yeah. So yesterday we have to begin from media ethics, right? Right, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Nice chapter it is, no? Easy to understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Any trouble till now?
No, no, ma'am.
Sure?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Sure.
Okay, good then. Right. So I think 7B also we have to start from here only, no 7B?
Yes, ma'am. From here only.
Cool. Okay. So now we have to start from media ethics and accountability. These terms, what does ethics have? What does ethics have to do with media? And accounts? What do you mean by these terms? Ethics and accountability. What do the term means? What's the meaning of the terms ethics, accountability? What? What is these ethics? These we have read in the moral science books, ethical values and something like this, right?
Ma'am, values.
Yes. What values?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
moral
moral
values.
values.
What is the difference between the ethical values and moral values? What is it? To tell me one thing. Is the media allowed to do anything they want to? Since there is no restriction on them, no censorship on them. Can media just invade anybody's private life? Can do anything they want to? Can you tell
No,
me
ma'am.
something they
No,
want?
ma'am.
No, they cannot. Right?
Ma'am, it will be illegal.
Yes, it will. It will, and an action can be taken against them if they're doing anything like that. Okay, being from media doesn't mean that you can invade anyone's privacy. You can just no, even if you are from media, even if you are from this news department, then also there are some values which you need to maintain, right? There are some ethics which you cannot cross. Although, as you know that the media has lost all its what do we call it? What's the word for it? Media has lost all kind of values and ethics which they should be having. They have just lost it now because all they are worried about is getting the breaking news anyhow, right? Doesn't matter for that
Yes,
if they are
ma'am.
if they are hampering somebody's private life, if they are troubling someone, they do not care for it. All they are worried I'm sorry, बच्चों.
I'm sure.
Who is sorry, बच्चों, children? Is he from
Ma'am,
somewhere?
I don't know.
We don't know. Hanji? Ma'am, we don't know. Yes?
Ma'am, Shreyansh.
Ma'am, we don't know. Okay, fine. Leave it. Yes, children.
Ma'am, he is not
Ma'am,
even in
he's not in
seventh
seventh C.
in C section. I mean in B section.
Okay, fine. Right. So media ethics we're talking about. So media, like now, what are they all worried about? What these people, the media people, they're all worried about one thing, that's just the TRP of their channel. Right? Isn't it? And
Yes,
to
ma'am.
show the
And also
TRP
ma'am.
of their channel, they are ready to go to any extent. Right? You might have seen this in the movies. They have shown, no, like how down they can go, and they can do anything just to increase the TRP of their channel, just to get that
Yeah.
breaking news, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
one more thing is that the life of these media people is also not very easy. We also know that these media people also get death threats and everything, like no, from threats to be to get out of their jobs, till till they do death threats as well, right? So they get all sorts of these things as well, because they are the one who are speaking against such powerful people live, right? So that is also a very courageous job to do. So as if we talk about here, then the
Ma'am,
media
if
we must. Yes, Weber.
if the case is related to police are, ma'am, life threats are common.
If the case is related to,
Ma'am, politics.
yeah, if it is related to politics, and not even only politics, if it is related to some very influential person, although if that person is not a politician, but that person is influential in some way or the other, then also they face such things, right? But yeah, whenever we talk about crime, politics comes to the top of our mind, right? Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Something
ma'am.
is supposed to be free from crime, but whenever we think of such crimes, there's only one thing which hits our mind, that's politics, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is a very big irony. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
So the media, we must remember, plays an important role in setting the agenda that decides which news items are worthy of attention and which are not, right? Because we people, we do not know what's happening around the world. We just know whatever they are showing us, right? Isn't it? We are making our opinions, we are forming our views on the content which those people are providing us, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So they help in shaping our opinions and thoughts. We shape our opinions, our thoughts about some things on the basis of the knowledge which these media people provide us, right? Clear? What do we see in the news? What do we hear? What do we read in the newspaper? On the basis of that, only a simple citizen of India is framing his or her opinion, right? Whether it's me, you, your dad, your mother, whosoever it is, right, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
So in order to
Yes,
this,
ma'am.
you can yourself imagine they have such a huge responsibility on this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And if they will not perform this responsibility well, who is going to be at loss?
People.
People and the country,
Citizen.
right? Citizens.
Ma'am,
And then if the citizens will suffer, then eventually the country is going to suffer, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So it is the media which brings to light issues that require attention, right? There were many things which we are not even aware of, right? We wouldn't have been Dharapal, I can just make you exit the class. Either you learn to sit properly in the class or you do not come to the class. Yes. So yeah, there were many issues which we were not even aware of, right? We wouldn't have been able to know that okay, the corona came from this place called China, hadn't been for the media, right? We wouldn't have been able to know that what are the status of other countries about corona hadn't been media. It is the media which is connecting us to the world, right? It is connecting us to all the information present in the world. So, for example, the media very recently drew our attention towards global warming. We all know what's global warming, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
We all know
ma'am.
what is it. We all
Yes.
know the kind of harm it is causing to for us.
Yes, ma'am.
And again,
Yes,
the biggest
ma'am.
irony is the global warming is not a natural phenomena. It's happening because of,
Human.
Man, we are
Human.
only.
Us, ma'am.
right? Because of
Ma'am, mankind.
mankind, right? Most of the newspapers and magazines highlight reports to present data on the rising levels of seas and melting of the glaciers at a rapid rate. They tell us that the seas are rising, glaciers are melting, the forest fires occurring in different parts of the world, right? Volcanoes are erupting, many things are happening, which is eventually leading to more harm to the environment, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, somewhere there is drought and somewhere it's flood.
Yeah, somewhere there are droughts, somewhere there are suffering from floods. So yes, the earth is in a very bad shape as of now. Now, the areas that are most prone to such changes have been covered in the reports, right? What the media has done, media has covered the areas prone to such changes. They have told us that okay, these people are suffering from it, and very soon we can be at their place as well if we'll not stop right now. If we'll not start giving our concern towards the nature environment, right? We need to give attention to it, right? Okay. So now the
Good
only
afternoon,
thing
ma'am.
that's helped us in focusing on an issue, okay, that affects our life with the help of media, with the help of news, with the help of these reporters, we have been able to
Good morning, ma'am.
good afternoon, Rishad. We
Good
have
afternoon, ma'am.
been
Sorry.
able to pay attention on such topics which are actually hampering us and which are regarding us as well. So at least I'm not saying that 100%, 80%, 90%, but at least I think these news. What do you think that I think this may be causing effect on 20% of people at least? The 20% of people must be doing something in order to stop this. They must be bringing some change in their behavior. They must have stopped
Yes,
throwing
ma'am.
waste on the roads, right?
Yes, ma'am.
They must have started turning off the taps if they are not in use. They must have putting off. They must have started turning off the lights and all. I think we can say 20% of the people must have started doing this,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
20% we can see. And again, it is we who is this data depends upon. It's we only who have to bring the change, right? So now we may have failed to take notice of it had it not been for the media. If the media wouldn't have brought it into our attention, into our knowledge, then we wouldn't have been able to make some changes as well. Or we wouldn't have yes, we would not have been able to get any idea about it.
Ma'am, who is this? Ma'am, someone is playing music again and
Ma'am,
again.
someone is playing music.
Yes, although I reported this person.
Ma'am, he's a Zoom reader.
Yes, ma'am, he's a Zoom reader.
Hanji?
Ma'am, he's a Zoom reader.
Ma'am, Zoom Raider.
Hero. Right? So yes.
Ma'am, some people prank others' classes. I don't know why.
Maybe they do not have any interest in
Ma'am, they are
attending
looking
the
for.
classes.
They are just free, so they are looking for content for the
Disturbing the
YouTube channels so that they can earn money.
we should not pay attention to it, right? Yes. So now, as we get to know regarding the corona, let's come to the corona period. We get to know so much information about it. We were able to maybe we were able to prevent us to protect us from the corona only with the help of media, right? As soon as the cases started rising, the media was all the time informing us the cases are rising. We need to stay at home. We need to wear masks. They showed, and actually, it was a time when we used to turn on the news. It was so depressing that we were just like, just do stop everything and stay at home. Isn't it the scenario? Wasn't it the scenario? right? So people were
Yes,
actually
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
scared of it, right? Earlier, otherwise they were like, ah, kya hai corona? What is corona? Nothing will happen, this and that. But when they actually saw the people suffering, the people standing in lines to get the beds, then they realized that no, this is real, right? Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So then
Yes,
they realized
ma'am.
that this is real and this is actually very scary. So that's when the people started staying at home and taking the preventions, right? However, in a number of places, the media has failed to fulfill its responsibilities. Like again, I come to the corona period. During that period, people were suffering, dying, not getting beds, this and that. And whatever media was, what Indian media was showing on television, that okay, today Katrina Kaif is grooming her own house. She has cleaned the utensils, isn't it? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Salman Khan
Yes, ma'am.
spending the
True,
corona
ma'am.
period at his Panvel house, right? Riding horses. Like, was it relevant? Was it required? Tell me.
No, ma'am.
It was not required. You
Not
should not, like when Amitabh Bachchan got admitted, all the news channels were just showcasing that yes, today Amitabh Bachchan has had
They
breast.
forgot that there are many other people. They just thought
Exactly.
that
So
there
what
is
about
only
the
Amitabh
sufferings
Bachchan.
of the people? N number of people were dying every day. The people were not even getting beds. And at that such a crucial time, you people are showcasing that okay, Amitabh Bachchan has been admitted into this hospital, this ward at this time. Now his son has gone to visit him. Now his daughter-in-law has gone to visit him, and so on, so and so, right? Wasn't it?
And ma'am, there was a picture going viral at
Total
that time.
wastage.
Like
Ma'am.
he was lying on bed, and below that there was a reporter who was asking him about
But the media
everything.
only cares about big people. Just
Yeah,
like when Donald Trump got, COVID-19. They, of course, in America, people, reported about the other people. But when Donald Trump got COVID-19, it was like in every channel, like BBC, CNN, everywhere.
yeah, but Donald Trump though had been doing like Donald Trump had had got his own suffering. You have seen it, and they have also shown it in the media. Wherever Donald Trump
Yeah.
was going in the entire Corona period, that man did not wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
Yes,
That man
ma'am.
did not wear a mask. Don't know why. What was he thinking? What was going on in his mind? He did not
And
wear a
and
mask,
for
right?
and for him, the cure for COVID was to drink detergents or something. I don't know. Something like
Yeah,
this came in the
God knows what
news.
was going in his mind. Like that's a different issue. But like this is what media does. These are the places where media fails. When you have to show the important things, when you have to show the people, like the actual suffering of the people, so that the government must take some action, must help these people, then you are showing about the film stars and their lives, which is stupidity, right? Similarly, when this thing was happening right now, the farm loss thingy, right? When the farmers are protesting, like many of the farmers died in the riots. Somebody ran over an SUV over a couple of farmers in some district, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
right, but nobody
Ma'am.
was showcasing these things. No, what were they showcasing back then? That okay, Aryan Khan has gone to jail. Now Aryan Khan has been questioned. Now this is happening. Now Shah Rukh Khan is going there. Which is
Yes,
why
ma'am.
neither those people want this much attention, nor the public wants to see this much. Show the government what is happening in the country. That is what you
Ma'am,
are
like
there for.
Sushant Singh Rajput died, so they were just advertising of his.
Who better?
Ma'am, it was gone like ma'am 2 months only when Sushant Singh Rajput.
Yes.
Good
Guys.
afternoon, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. At that time, they were
And there was
only
a
focusing on that, and now they have forgot about it. Now it's mainly election thing.
Exactly. So it
yeah,
is
in the media, there was a whole drama of his death.
Ma'am, they
exactly.
shown that for a week.
More than a week, better, more than a week. They were so much,
One
and
yes,
then they
perfect.
surely know,
Ma'am,
dedicated to him, dedicated to Raj Shukla, right? The way like media has actually started getting on the nerves of the people. The people who have suffered, then media do not respect them. The way they have treated Riya Banerjee, you can say, or the way they have treated who was Sudha Shukla's girl, what was it, Shanaz, like they were totally shattered. Those people are totally shattered. At least you must be respecting
Yes,
their
ma'am.
privacy. But media did not respect their privacy. They started invading them then and there, which was totally wrong, right? So these are the places where media has failed to fulfill its responsibility and it has gone below the belt, right? It has increasingly reporting instances that are of tribal importance while ignoring the greater issues at hand, right? That is what I told you right now. So they are showcasing they are reporting those cases which are of less importance instead of reporting cases that are of more importance. They have been ignoring such cases, right? In their quest to present the most attention grabbing, okay, and groundbreaking news, the media sometimes loses its way and comes to the global trend of glorifying the news, right? They are just glorifying it, just shouting about it, presenting it in different forms, just want to like make the viewers watch it more and more, right? And the quality they are degrading day by day, right? Okay, so that's what is happening, and this is especially the case in the television where reports on crime and entertainment wrong. But more important news of the day, no, right? Yeah, they are more and more showcasing about okay what this person has done, what this actor, the what do we call that? The airport looks, right? The airport looks they're showcasing. They're showcasing about the entertainment industry. They're showcasing about the no the crimes, but they are not showcasing about more important issues of the day, which is wrong, right? So the stress on glitzy effects and bite-sized news reports leaves no time for serious, in-depth discussion on issues that actually matter. Issues like where has the PM fund gone? Where are the hospitals? Right? We suffered the first wave, we suffered the second wave, and we are very well aware that right now, till now, our country is not having the proper medical infrastructure. Right? Do you think it is having?
No, ma'am.
No. Till date, what have we done in the past 2 years? There are countries who build medical infrastructure within months, right? Within months they did that. And our country, we have not been able to build medical infrastructure in 2 years. Like it's a third year now, right? And are we lack of funds? No, I don't think so.
And we don't.
Right?
No,
And
ma'am.
lack of personnel. Yes, we are lack of medical personnel. Why? You know why? Most of the scientists and doctors are from India, but there is lack of doctors and scientists in India and engineers in India. You know that? Is it lack of
Ma'am,
doctors?
India, ma'am,
Yes,
India,
ma'am.
ma'am,
Why?
ma'am, ma'am, I want to say something.
Yes,
Ma'am, because they
Ma'am,
go
the
to foreign
scientists,
countries.
ma'am,
yes,
scientists
Prakash.
and ma'am, the protection to the scientists and doctors are not given. And the act, ma'am, like there was an actress named Kangana Ranaut. Ma'am, she was given a, ma'am, it is
Padma
XY,
Shri, right?
XY name, protection from the army guard surrounding her. Ma'am, she was going to airport with protection, like last protection, but it is never given to our ISRO scientists, ma'am, doctors. Ma'am, it's wrong.
Right. Yes, your point is absolutely correct. The thing is, like Prakhar also said a very valid point. The point which Prakhar said was that yes, why they basically like even I have many friends who have done BTech and all. Like if I ask them like what's your future goal, they are very clear that we just want to settle abroad. That's it. Whosoever have done engineering and no MBBS and all, they are all very solid. They just want to get out of this country. Why? Because those countries are offering so many benefits along with very great income to them. That's why the people, Indian people, are not ready to stay in India, and they are providing their services there. That is why in the times of need, we are sitting. No, we are sitting like that only, and other countries are using our people to provide them services.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Ma'am, there
But
was a
ma'am,
news where they used to say that if India will study, then America will grow. Ma'am, because there are many people
Happens,
from
right?
India who go America and just
Most people
do
provide
their job
so
there.
many, so many medical
ma'am,
benefits, educational benefits to the citizens. That is why people like to go there. And apart from that, they get a very handsome salary too. Right. Yes, Ria.
ma'am, if we talk about America in detail, if you let's say if you want to become a doctor there or something, if you do one mistake in doctory in America, you can become sued and everything. It's like really dangerous. So if you talk in my point of view, it's better to stay in India and become a doctor. But in India,
Yes.
there's like
But yeah,
other things and all. I don't.
Ria, yes, I totally agree with your point. Right. Yes, you are right. It's better to stay. And yeah, it is like if you being a non-resident, there are many, many problems you have to face there. But do you think doctors are
Yes,
safe
ma'am.
in India as well? Did you see what
No,
happened
ma'am.
past few years, past few like in last year only? In last 2 years only, we have seen what have they done
Ma'am,
with
they have
doctors.
beaten up doctors of a group of
Exactly.
doctors.
These doctors who have been working day and night, we have seen how much the doctors have suffered during Corona. You have seen the marks of mask they had on their faces. They have to wear PPE all the time. It is very difficult. A friend of mine is a doctor, and he used to say that it's like we succumb to death every day. It's very difficult. Even breathing to them was very difficult, and they were exposed to this virus all the time. And even after that, even a single mistake or something, even because if they have to wait for some time, they just started beating the doctors, the staff. What is it? What's happening in the country? Right? So every place has its own pros and cons. We are not saying that no, India is bad and that place is good. It's not the case. But yes, we must take some steps. We must do something in order to protect our country, to make it a better place to live. Right? That we must be doing. Right? And how can we do it? We can do it. We must finally bring that change. Right? Yes, Satvik?
Ma'am, I want to say something. Ma'am, as Vaibhav said that Kangana got the Padma Shri, I totally disagree with it.
What? You disagree with that?
Ma'am, I disagree with that. Actually, Sonu Sood should got the Padma Shri.
That is what he was saying. He was not talking about Padma Shri. He was saying Kangana Ranaut got some army protection because some people had attacked on her house or something like that. That's what he was saying.
Ma'am, I am saying Sonu Sood literally deserved the Padma Shri.
Even I totally
not
agree to
Kangana.
this. Even I totally agree to this. Do you remember that movie Bajrangi Bhaijaan?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
And there's a
Yes,
small
ma'am.
girl in that
Oh,
movie.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Girl in that
ma'am.
movie.
Yes, ma'am.
That girl has right now received Padma Shri or Bharat Ratna some award. I do not remember the name of that award as such. But yes, that even I agree with Satvik 100%. Like Sonu Sood, persons like Sonu Sood who has helped people so much, he must have gotten an award, but he did not get an award for that thing. So we do not know what's happening.
But he was so kind, he didn't want it also.
He did not.
Although the government didn't give, but the people already gave him by, that
Yes.
all comments and everything.
Exactly. So fine, that's fine. Now let's come back to it. So their stress on glitzy effects and bit-sized news reports leaves no time for serious and in-depth discussion on issues that actually matter. And the result is that a healthy public discourse does not take place due to the lack of availability to the real facts. Because they are not providing real facts, that is why they're not able to have a serious discussion on important topics, right? And different aspects of particular news. Less than 25% of national news bulletins cover the news related to health, education, development, welfare, environment, etc. Less than 25%. Just look at the numbers here, children. Less than 25% of national news bulletins are covering the news related to health, education, development, environment, etc. Like these are the very gravely important topics. Most of the news should be about these topics, but no, the news is never about these topics. You'll find the weirdest. Like last year, I think there was a trend also which went viral, which shows that what kind of news are the media channels showing nowadays. Instead of showcasing the important, instead of discussing the important topics, they were talking about n number of things, the trends which are getting viral on internet. Okay, the memes they're talking about, everything they're talking about instead of the important issues. Do you agree with this?
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Right?
ma'am.
Sorry.
Ma'am,
Okay.
75% of the media channels are just busy earning money.
Everybody, like all of not 75%, I would say.
Ma'am,
100.
they are biased.
They are biased, right? Some of them are biased. That was given in the book as well. Like they are not supposed to be biased, but unfortunately they are biased, right? Because mostly what happens is the owners of these channels are in very close association with the highly powerful and
Ma'am, the
people, right? That's why it's all we call sources and jugars in our country which saves the people. That's what happens, right? Right.
Corruption.
Ma'am, even if they show the important news, they also create suspense in that.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, children, in a democracy, the media has the following responsibility. The major three responsibilities of media is investigative reporting, information tool and forum for discussion, right? And media as peace and conscience builder, right, children? So this the third point.
I don't think this point has been never be a truth
The
in
third
last
point itself is an
20 years.
No.
Conscience builder.
This point is never in the rule book of the news channels.
It's never in their dictionary.
Yeah, let's see to
It's
this.
there in
Yes,
the hit list.
If
That
we
we
ask
don't
them
have
what
to do
is
it.
peace, if we ask them what is peace, they will say, "What is peace? We don't know what
It
is
doesn't
peace.
exist.
We only know violence. We only know violence."
No, that's not
And
right.
how to
And
annoy people and get
Masala
in
and
their
all.
nerves.
They do
They have
not
no
like
nerves.
sweets. They do not like sweets. They like masala.
Okay, yes, Rishabh, read, like Mr. Aldi only, was investigative reporting. What does investigative reporting means? You might have seen whenever a crime scene has occurred, okay, at every crime scene, like at times even before before the police who reaches there,
Media.
media, right? So the media acts as a watchdog, reporting on corruption, human rights violation, and other forms of wrongdoings. Whatever wrong things are happening, media, like this is a very good responsibility of like in a democracy. This is the ideal responsibilities of media. Yes, media has to work as a watchdog, right? To report on corruption, on human rights violation, and other forms of wrongdoings, which will help to build a culture of accountability in the government, right? And again, media is doing it to some extent, but not to a greater extent, right? Even if they want to, again, like I'm not saying that everybody's corrupt. No, there are people who want to do it, who actually want to bring out the right things, but then because of the other corrupt people, they do not get a chance, right? They suppress their their process, like whatever they want to do, that also gets suppressed, right, children?
People think they are fool and bhakt and all
No,
type.
some of them get through it, some of them do not get through it, but yes, this is one thing which media should do. In case any one of you gets into it, you must remember that yes, you have to be a watchdog, right? You have to be very particular about corruption and this. If you are seeing this thing ever happening anywhere, you must be informing the society about it. Next is information tool and forum for discussion, right? This is what media actually is. Media is a tool to provide information to the public and a forum where they can discuss on important issues, right? Newspapers.
Yes, ma'am.
Newspapers, public affairs
Ma'am, forum
programs
means
on the
platform.
and television inform, educate, and engage the public and prompt them to take action on certain issues, right? For example, let's take the example of global warming. They tell us, they encourage us to take action on such issues, right? It is our country, it's our world. We have to save it. Yes, Hassan. I cannot hear
I'm
you.
saying that the meaning of forum is platform.
What, beta?
The meaning of forum is platform.
Platform. Right. Next is media as peace and consensus builder. At times, the media helps in peace building efforts, right? If we talk about the Corona times yet again, right? So yes,
Ma'am,
at that time, media has helped to bring peace. Yes, it has. It has.
But before
ma'am,
COVID, it was
I
something
think
different.
it more helped in creating panic.
Both the things they have done. I got your point also, Hassan, in which what you are saying.
I think this point is wrong if Arnab Goswami is still alive.
No, actually, we cannot take somebody's name and we cannot directly point on them.
Don't
That's wrong, sir.
blame only him.
Right? No, it's not only him who is to be blamed.
Ma'am, but
And
actually there were many people who stopped watching news during the second phase, including me also, because it was actually depressing and it was actually like they were making us feel panic and everything.
see, they were just
Ma'am, what
telling you, and you know what? I mean, it was the 50% of what has been reported, right? What has actually happened, whatever they were showcasing, it was 50% of what the people have suffered. The people have suffered even more, right? Many of the stories we don't even know how they died and all. So, but yes, this is a responsibility of media to bring peace and consensus building. Like they help in doing this. It's not like they do not do, they do it. It becomes important and it remains financially independent and does not work under the censorship of the government or under dictates of powerful authorities. But the media will be able to perform this responsibility only when it is not under the censorship of the government or it is not working under the powerful dictatorship of any authority, right? It is also important for the reader and viewers to understand and evaluate the news presented by the media neutrally. This depends on us as well. Whatever they have been, showcasing, why public is getting so aggressive about anything, right? The public should also just take some pause, study it properly, evaluate that. Okay, whatever the scenario is it actually right? Are they actually right? Can it happen? Because media is not there to provide judgment. No, media is there to provide information. It is us. It is we who are supposed to make our judgments, right? On what we think is right or wrong. Got it? समझ आया कुछ?
Yes,
तो हमने
ma'am.
ethics accountability के बारे में
Yes,
पढ़ा,
ma'am.
right, children? Was it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
It was?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I think
Everything
now
was
if I'll start a news channel and if I'll ask you people to debate on it, you'll be able to debate it very properly. Very nicely.
Yes.
No,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. I'm ready.
And we're all ready.
I don't want to debate.
Let's do it one day. When do we want to do it? Let's do it. Let's in the class.
I'm on.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
after
Saturday.
completing this chapter
After completing
or
this,
I'm on
Saturday.
29 February.
Ask quiet.
Yes, ma'am.
Pranavi has give you a very tight slap. Yes, ma'am. 29 February.
Yes, ma'am. I don't want to debate.
Hey, it will be fun. But then you people actually have to do it like the way they do it. You actually have to present the
Yes, ma'am.
reports just like the media person do.
Ma'am, we are ready.
Ma'am, day after tomorrow.
Not day after tomorrow. After
Ma'am, but
completing
what
the
if we laugh while
Ma'am,
giving
after
reports?
1 week.
No, 1 week will be
Ma'am,
too
after
long.
1 year.
1 week will be too long. We'll just lost the.
Ma'am, there are few students who are very quiet people. They don't
Ma'am,
want to
after 1
debate.
decade. Ma'am, after
Oh
1
wow.
decade.
We'll be like
Ma'am,
20
after the
after one decade.
chapter.
After 1 decade, I'll be too old now. So no. Then I will not. Maybe I'll not be having the energy to participate in a debate with you. So let's do it a bit only, right? Okay. So today, I think within 2 days, we'll be able to complete the chapter with the question answers as well. We have almost completed
Yes,
all the case
ma'am.
studies left. Today is Thursday, Friday. Let's do it on Saturday.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
I have 2 lectures in your class on
Ma'am,
Saturday, right?
will you give a topic
Ma'am, please
also?
give us topics.
Yes, I'll give you the topics.
Ma'am, I have mic
Okay, ma'am.
also.
Very good.
Ma'am, I'm having one question.
Yes, Weber.
Ma'am, can I ask, ma'am? It's not related to this chapter.
You can ask, no worries.
Ma'am, in the Article 1, Clause C, ma'am, it is stated that when a state is added, so ma'am, there is no other a state that is like in the Clause C, ma'am, there is no state added which may be acquired in the Clause C. But when Sikkim was acquired by the Indian government on May 16, 1975 or 4, so, ma'am, why did it become a state? Why not, ma'am, in the clause C?
I didn't get your point. Can you please repeat it once again?
Ma'am, my question was, ma'am, in the Article 1, it is stated that there would be three states. Like the first clause,
Say.
first clause A says the territory.
Trade Weber, your voice is breaking. Hurry up. Weber, you can do one thing. You
Of
can
the
text
states.
me your
The
question.
second B says,
The
and the
video-
third says such other territories was acquired by the Indian government. It came. Ma'am, okay, ma'am, I will text you.
You can tell me because the voice is no either coming, they are breaking or coming very fast. Right, children? So tomorrow we are going to do the case study, right? And I think we'll be doing the case study along with the exercises tomorrow. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, yes, Avril.
Ma'am, on which topic we will do?
I'll
Ma'am,
give
on
you
this
topics
only.
tomorrow. I'll assign you topics tomorrow. Let me plan it.